Welcome to today's episode of Tech Talk Unplugged. I'm your host, and today we're diving into an intriguing topic that's all about the powerful world of open source software. Now, if you've ever spent time reading the fine print on software licenses or service terms, you'll know it can often feel like navigating a legal labyrinth. So let's set the scene. Imagine you're a user of an open source platform, the Klein project, and you're really excited to jump into all the benefits it offers. But then something catches your eye, a murky area in the separation between the open source license and the service terms. It's a bit bewildering, right? The Klein project, which is licensed under the Apache 2.0 license, allows commercial use among other things. That's great. But what happens when those terms aren't crystal clear? It's like buying a really amazing gadget, only to find out the instructions are in a totally different language. You might ask yourself, what are the real implications for me as a user? So today we'll explore what it means to navigate these kinds of complexities in open source projects, why clear documentation matters, and we'll touch on the impact this can have on your experience as a user. Let's start with the basics of the Apache 2.0 license. This license is meant to promote collaboration and innovation. It encourages users to improve and distribute the software. You can even use it for commercial purposes. Isn't that fantastic? But when the service terms don't align well with the freedoms granted by the license, that can lead to some head-scratching moments. For instance, you might find restrictions in the service terms that don't seem to mesh with the open nature of the license. Picture this. You've made an amazing modification to the software that could help so many users, but suddenly you're faced with a service policy that limits how you can share your work. That definitely raises some eyebrows, right? Why do you think this confusion happens? Well, in many cases, it can stem from how different organizations interpret and implement licensing. It's like if two friends were telling the same story, but one added lots of side details that changed the overall narrative. This lack of alignment can ultimately discourage people from contributing and innovating, which is the opposite of what we want in the open source community. So what can we do about this? For starters, clear communication from developers and organizations is key. Just like an excellent recipe needs precise instructions, open source projects thrive on transparency about how licenses and terms interrelate. It empowers users, developers, and contributors alike. Before we wrap up, I want to throw out a thought-provoking question for you all. How do you think clearer guidelines and documentation could impact the growth of open source projects in the future? Remember, the world of open source is full of potential, and when we clarify the guidelines, we unlock even more possibilities. Thanks for joining me today for this exploration into the critical aspects of open source licenses and service terms. Stay curious and keep digging into those documents. You never know what gems you might uncover. Until next time, take care and keep innovating.